me, let's hit the open road.
Hi guys. Well, it's Sunday the 22nd of March. Yesterday was the equinox, so we're now officially into autumn. Today should have been the Boys Drive 15-kilometer race for me. However, idiot brain here didn't do my entry correct. So on Saturday, when I went to check my email to see where I need to pick up my number, instead of it being a confirmation of entry, it was actually a confirmation of cancellation of entry because my payment hadn't gone through. So that's a bit of a disappointment, but nonetheless, it now gives me the opportunity to bring to you a video series I've been wanting to start for the last couple of weeks, which is my journey to Cape Town Marathon, which will also incorporate my journey to the Two Oceans Half Marathon, seeing as that's happening first. So the idea of these videos is to bring to you some of my training, what footwear I'm wearing, what nutrition I'm using, etc, etc. But don't worry, it's not going to become a training video or a shoe review video. It's just going to give you a little bit of insight. So first and foremost, training. As you know, I've been struggling to run between 20 and 30 kilometers a week. Well, for the past two, I've managed to increase that, and I've got into the upper 40s for the last 2 weeks. I can instantly feel a difference in my running. Even my swimming suddenly improved. I think I've chosen one of the busiest streets in the southern suburbs to do this video, but nonetheless I've started, so I'm gonna finish. So the training is in the right direction. Still got quite a few weeks for the Cape Town Marathon, not so much for the Two Oceans Half Marathon, but I'm sure I'll be okay. I've got my seeding for that. I'm going to be starting in E group, so anyone in E group, look out for me on race day. At this stage, I'm hoping to be in a state of fitness to be close to the 2-hour mark. It is a very tough course, but hopefully my training will have continued to improve and that 2 hours should be attainable. So talking about Two Oceans, what I'm also going to do to you, and it'll be in 3 parts, is to give you a rundown of the course, which yes, will involve me running the sections I can run and detailing to you how I will actually run those on race day. So the first part, which will be from the start to Kendall Road, so the first 7 Ks of the Two Oceans Half Marathon, will be a little bit further in this video, so keep watching to see that. Okay, so we've touched base on the training. Footwear. I wear many different brands of shoes. With my current state of unemployment, I am basically looking for whatever bargains come up and buying those, and also entering races where they give you vouchers, discounts off running shoes. So one of those, Cape Town Marathon, Adidas normally gives us a nice fat voucher, so which prompted me to buy my first pair of Adidas in 40 plus years. When I started running in 1979, my first pair of running shoes were Adidas, the Runner SA. Photograph here. I think that was bought for me by my parents for the priceless sum of 15 rand. They were a nice starter pair of running shoes. From what I remember, these shoes were actually designed and manufactured in South Africa and were not available anywhere else in the world. They were a very robust pair of shoes. The soles very hard, very little cushioning, but as a 16, 17-year-old as I was, they served the purpose well and lasted me well over a year. The next pair of Adidas that I wanted to buy was the Marathon 80. They obviously came out in the early 80s. When I was now working, my salary was a fantastic sum of 300 rand a month, and these shoes came out and they cost 40 rand a pair, which was way too expensive for me in those days. But I did manage to get hold of a pair, I think late 80s, when they reissued the shoe. They were basically very much a racing flat with no cushioning, but I loved them and did many a good race in them. Then I haven't had Adidas for many years, until I decided to do Cape Town Marathon last year, with one of the aims to get that voucher so I could buy myself a pair of shoes. So I was in the Adidas shop, and they were about to launch the Boston 13s. So the Boston 12s were at a greatly reduced price. So a pair of these were purchased by myself, and I have to say I love them. I did my first speed work train out in them, and they were amazing. They were springy, and I felt like I was flying. But the one big disadvantage, as you can see here, was the actual heel. Basically no cushioning, no support, and I found if you were doing a tight corner, especially if you're doing 400 repeats and you stopped and turned, they were very unstable and almost a little painful. So that is my only gripe with them. Other than that, I thoroughly enjoyed them. Okay, we'll speak more on my next pair of shoes in my next video. But right now I think we're gonna head over to Newlands, so we'll catch you up there and we'll do that race review of the first third of the Two Oceans half marathon. Okay guys, the start of our Two Oceans Odyssey, part 1, which will give us the first 7 kilometers. So this is Main Street in Newlands, that is Ding Street in Newlands. This area here on race day morning will be all barricaded off, and you will have to show your race number to be able to proceed this direction. Once you're in here, you will have on that side your tog bag handing areas. There'll be areas with Coke and water, and of course toilets. So the area over there with all the motorcycles, that's genuinely where all the toilets are. And now we are heading towards Main Road, And this will be the start area with all your different batches. So you'll have to find your seeding batch and line up accordingly. Of course, everyone knows that you can't move up a seeding, but you can move down a seeding. So if you've got an E seeding and you've got a friend in F and you want to run in F with them, that's totally acceptable. But your friend in F cannot join you in E. Okay, so this is the road you're going to start on, both sides of the road. I'm not going to go too much further along here. But I would say basically just where the road curves there, that's where the actual start is. So it'll be quite a vibe here. Hopefully they have policing the seeding pens better than last year. For the Ultra, it was quite dangerous in this part of the world. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to drive the first part of the course, just because it's quite a busy area. And then I'm going to run up Edinburgh Drive so you can witness the first hill of the route. And I'll take you through that. Okay, so catch up with you guys just now. So, on the 14th of April, the gun will have just gone off and we are heading up Main Road. We're going to avoid this car. And we are then shortly going to be turning into Protea Road, a right turn. Correction, not the 14th of April, it's the 12th of April. Everybody knows that. 14th of April is Khalida's birthday. Obviously why it's ingrained in my brain. So traditionally this is quite a dark section. So you've got to watch for your footing. Especially people starting in the earlier batches. So I'm presuming at this stage we'll be taking up the whole road. So obviously we have got islands in the center of the road here, so keep an eye out for those. Otherwise your journey around the Two Oceans half marathon could be a quick one. I would like to think that there will be marshals stood on these, but can't guarantee that. Road surface is reasonably okay, but there is cat's eyes in the middle, so keep your eyes peeled for those. So we're going to go to the right here onto Protea Road, sorry, Paradise Road. And here's where you prepare yourself to start Edinburgh Drive climb. Of course, at this moment in time, you've been taking it very, very easy on that first section. Try not to get aggravated with slower people in front of you. Just ease off. You've got nothing to gain at this stage, everything to lose. Okay, so I'm now gonna run this for you guys. Okay, about to embark on our journey up Edinburgh Drive. So we're still obviously very early into our race. I don't think we've quite made the 2 kilometer mark yet. But we will soon find out. So you're still gonna be very compact with the runners in your group. Road is obviously closed off, so you've got the whole of the dual carriageway width to run on. And we're going to take it very easy. We're still very early into the race. If you sprint up this hill or if you walk up this hill, it's not going to be much difference in the time, really. So take it easy. Walk when you need to. I know when you do this hill in the cycle tour, it's still very early into the route, but I think the gradient is one of the toughest on the whole of the cycle tour route. So you get this first little tough section. Obviously very, very busy with traffic today. I presume there will be quite a crowd on here. But it obviously is early into the run and early morning. So in actual fact, here's the 2 kilometer mark. So you're closer to 1.5 kilometers into the race when it starts. So it eases off a little bit here. And we've done half a K climbing so far. You won't have to duck for these trees on race day. Or wait for these traffic lights. Okay, now we're gonna begin the major drag up to the top. .800 meters into the run. You can actually see the top. Once you get into this section, it's a pretty constant gradient. So get into your rhythm. If you are doing a run walk strategy, recommend 1 minute running, 30 seconds walking. And do it right from the bottom of the hill. Don't wait until you're tired. 1 kilometer done. Okay, this was a mistake. Let's go back. Okay, so that's the main part of the hill broken. 1 hour 30, sorry, 1.3 kilometers. There's the 3K mark. So when you crest this bend, you know you are basically at the top. So this is as far as I can run on this segment. We're gonna show you the rest from the car. Okay, catch you guys just now. Sorry, I forgot to mention that from the bottom to the top is 1.8 kilometers. So it not a great distance. It's very early into the run. Reasonably steep, in fact quite steep. If you take it easy, it shouldn't be a problem whether you're running or doing your run walk strategy. But the one thing I would say is do not push it. Pushing up that hill could ruin your whole race. So it's still very early on, you're not going to lose much time. You've got some nice downhill coming. Not that I'm telling you to race that either. I want you to take it nice and easy on that downhill section. And you have got approximately 6 kilometers from here to Southern Cross, which is the one hill everybody is worried about. Okay, we'll catch up to you in the car now for definite. Okay, so we've crested the summit of Edinburgh Drive. Now you get some lovely downhill, and of course the temptation is to pile on the speed. I'm telling you here, don't do that, because you're going to get to the bottom and you're going to be spent. So rather take the time here to recover. You will automatically run quicker because you're going downhill. Unfortunately, I couldn't run this because it's a freeway. But on race day, it will be closed off to traffic and more than okay for you to run. Get some lovely views of the Constantia Valley, the mountains above Musenberg in the distance. And everything is great with the world. I think overall distance at this moment in time, you've done about 6 kilometers. And I'm pretty certain at the bottom here there is a water point. So as you can see, the road is now leveling out. Slightly uphill, but you won't notice that too much if you've taken it nice and easy. A lot of people do come on the roads here to support, so there should be quite a festive atmosphere on this section of the road. And we're very rapidly coming to the end of this first video in our trilogy of the Two Oceans half marathon. So I think the 7 kilometer mark is somewhere around here. And be ready now to turn off. I'm going to take this off-ramp off the freeway. Once we get to the top, we're going to be turning to the right. But that's for the next video. Okay guys, hope you've enjoyed this. Hope it's been of some help to you all. Maybe some inspiration. If you have liked it, give us a like, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel. Okay, cheers for now.